Welcome back. This is another segment of our discussion today, and we are looking at ASBA. Last week, the acting president, Professor Yemi Osibanjo, lauded the efforts of the state governor, Chief Willie Obiano, in creating a viable state through creation of an enabling environment for micro, small, and medium enterprise, MSME. And that's exactly what we are going to look at today. And to help us look at this is Chief Clement Chukwuka, MD, CEO, ASBA. ASBA is Anambra State Small Business Agency. Am I right, sir?
Yes, you are.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Okay, I am particularly happy in what your governor is doing with the Anambra State Small Business Agency, ASBA, where he gives loan to small businesses. We will partner with him to do better, and this is coming from the Vice President, Osibanjo. Now, sir, could you tell us what happened at the ASBA clinic in Onitsha last week?
Thank you very much. What happened last week was a national micro, small, and medium enterprises clinic. You know, it's a partnership between the federal government and the Anambra State government. You recall, I keep telling everywhere I go that when you are talking about micro, small, and medium enterprises, they are not really small in nature, it's just name. Because if you're operating with 1 naira to 5 naira, you become a micro. Not 1 naira to 5,000, you become a micro, asset-wise, excluding land and building. If you operate from 5 million naira to 50 million naira, excluding land and building, you're a small business. When you operate from between 50 million naira to 500 million naira, that is a medium enterprise. So they are not small in nature. And that is the bulk of businesses in our state. Statistics has given that Anambra State has over 85% that belong to this sector. So it's so critical. This sector, any government that wants to make its people happy can't ignore them because they hold the ace for developmental purposes. They have the potentials to put food on the table, create employment, grow the GDP, among others. So governor being a banker, being somebody who is groomed in managing men, material, and money, he understands that, look, this is the space to attack. Because if we get it right, the state will be moving. And so he came up to establish ASBA in 2015 and charged them with the responsibilities. Because the problem this sector are having are omnibus. One is inability to access financing. Because Shakespeare...
Okay.
Last week,
President no small businesses. Okay, thank
you very much. Vice President na Governor Anambra. Before Anambra, he set up, make sure na 11 federal government agencies to reshape the future of this group, micro, small, and medium on ground to solve problems. That clinic, they basically meant for this sector. Farpatani came, they display their products to the amazement of the Vice President and the state. So they were able to mention their program, their progress sector, and their problems. For instance, some of them complained about tax. You know, federal FIRS. When you are being a small business coming up, you need to help to come up. Just like any woman that gave birth to a child or their jollo, she will be there making sure until we are mature. So they are saying, Kenya can adapt tax. And I think they got relief. Most of the critical problem there are about money to do business. Remember, Shakespeare said you are dead without money. So he arranged, make sure that Development Bank of Nigeria there, Bank of Industry there, Nexim Bank from the export there. But it take home from that clinic, but Fabia like Development Bank of Nigeria, where their own vehicle through which they are releasing money to beneficiaries. And most of those people are not in Anambra State. Some of them are not even Igbo oriented. Like they're releasing the money through what they call LAPO microfinance, through NPF, that's police microfinance, and some other commercial banks that makes things very difficult. What we have taken to them is we want ASBA, because before the arrival of ASBA, it was difficult to access fund. We got this fund, we broke it down to perspectives and ensured that our people got this money. Because less than a year plus, we disbursed 2 billion. So they have agreed. And I think we've done a proposal that our governor has signed that definitely will move to the office of vice president and take a position. Whatever fund that is coming to our people, let it come through ASBA. So we'll make sure not better at our people.
Okay.
So it's a good one.
ASBA has been in existence before now.
Yes.
And you people have been working hard, obviously. Now, 2 days clinic has come and gone.
Yes.
What added value did they have for ASBA? And then how do you want to keep the, pace running now? When you came last, you told us that these small-scale individuals are going to access money.
Yeah.
Are you telling us that immediately after the clinic, they are good to go?
Thank you very much. If you heard what I've said before, the idea of the clinic, like Oliver used to say, we need some more. That was why we brought the vice president to see what's on ground. And he came, he saw, he felt happy, and told governor this is the best he has seen so far. So it's a credit. Now, we are working on a program to package all the financing needs of our people.
Okay, working
on
the program.
Yeah, because that's the take home from that. I mentioned it here.
Okay.
The vice president has said that we should be able to articulate our needs and send it to his office so that he will see how to fine tune it, and that thing comes back to us. So that's one. Another take home was shared program, platform. A platform where all the necessary federal government agencies that are responsible for the activities of these micro, small, and medium enterprises. We've been told that we can organize, maybe in ASBA's office, we create one space where the Development Bank, Federal Land Revenue, all of them will sit there at table. So that instead of our people going to Abuja, chasing sun, chasing this, chasing that, they're in our office. If you're operating under this window, just come to ASBA. What do you want? Program with Bank of Industry, a representative is there. NAFDAC, a representative is there. That is something that will shorten down time and make our people to be very effective.
Last time you came, we talked about the grassroots, those who are in the rural areas, who are doing one or two things which they don't have access to money, to finance, to get it done.
Yeah.
How do you intend to get them incorporated in this? Because I believe some of them didn't come. They were there in their villages, maybe waiting for maybe a hand to draw them from where they are. What is it ASBA is going to do to really incorporate them into this program?
Thank you very much.
Can you take a space for them?
ASBA is operating a holistic package from the Anambra. What the governor charged ASBA to do is to go to the nooks and crannies of Anambra State and preach the gospel that poverty must go. So for us to execute that, we use the instrumentality of local government. We use the instrumentality of PGs. We always meet with them and the Igwes. What we have done is, aside from the fact that information are being disseminated, every community in Anambra State got ASBA facility. That's the statement of fact. Good. We demonstrate that to the ESCO in their meeting. We did a presentation. We also draw a pie chart and whatever. Every community. Our duty, you can't talk of micro business without talking of grassroots. The SME tilted towards the major cities of Anambra State. Like big companies, you see them in Onitsha, you see them in Idemili North, where you have Mpowo, Bosi, you see them in Oka, you see them in Newi, Ubunike, you see them those areas, because you see the markets have tilted to those areas. That's where you get those people. But for micro business, you talk of Anambra, East, West, Obaru, so many areas. This is the end thing. And how did you do it? We use media like ABS, we use grassroots media, we use the churches. Igwes and the PGs are always meeting in the government house. So we made them. We also meet with the microfinance banks. They have every monthly meeting, and we always go there to give them this information for them to disseminate to their own localities. So they are getting it. And with you coming on board to also disseminate it, it becomes a win-win.
All right, sir. Well, describing the characteristics of his people, Ndibo, the state governor was quoted as saying that if given the necessary support by the federal government, that his people can leapfrog Nigeria to an emerging economy. Do you agree with the governor on this?
100%.
How are we going to do that?
It's important to look at history. The Igbos, especially Anambra, where we had Biafran war. Everywhere were destroyed. But it was difficult immediately the war came over for people to believe that war took place here. Look at what is happening in Newi. Look at what's happening on each different nooks and crannies. We are very enterprising. An average Anambarian is very enterprising. We are go-getters. We are simply put the Jews. And so, we are not waiting. We don't carry fat file to say, give us allocation, give us contract. Everybody, well, to me, I see us as the Chinese of Nigeria. Because every Chinese family is having a small enterprise in his family. So it's an average Anambra man. And so what the governor has said is clear. When we got 2 billion naira and disbursed within a year or so, we saw the impact it's making. We saw how Anambarians were moving forward to getting this fund. In fact, period to our arrival at ASBA, the Bank of Industry are on ground, but our people are not getting access to this fund because of the criteria, because of the high-level grammar they are using, because of the fact that our people are not equipped, our people are not technical in understanding how to prepare a sellable business plan. That's what we have demystified. So what the governor is said, and that was why that clinic was targeted at showcasing to federal government what our people have done, and we can do more when we get this fund. And I say it's coming. For federal president to say, articulate your funding need, articulate your needs, send to us in the villa, let's filter it and answer it. It's a way to go.
The federal government is owing.
Before your question, Theophilus, let's take a short break. We're coming back very shortly. Don't go too far. Okay, we'd like to welcome you back again. We're still discussing and we're looking at the ASBA clinic that has come and gone, and then we are post-mortem in what really happened last week. Yeah, Chairman, I heard that. Okay, you wanted to ask a question.
Yes,
okay.
Yes, because we are aware that the federal government is owing Anambra State quite a huge sum, billions, based on what the governor has done on behalf of the federal government. And now the federal government is coming here to make a promise. Give us a list. Don't worry, we're going to look into it. I see it coming, or maybe going back to the other level, do it while we pay you later.
Thank you very much. Like I've said, I saw a genuine commitment coming from the federal government through the office of the vice president.
Good.
Because after all these presentations, I think it was our chief of staff in his vote of thanks that mentioned to the vice president that, like Oliver Twist, Anambra State will be pledged to have the fund expended on the federal government road here, which is a lot of billions. And he nodded. And I believe that something's going to be done. So that is the way I'm going to put it. Because we have done so well, the way he spoke, the way he applauded. He has visited Anambra State 4 times so far. And he kept saying that the partnership between Anambra government, Anambra State government, and federal government is a very, very solid one, very cordial one. So I see something happening. I see something, and we'll continue to push it.
Okay, and then remember that you are watching Good Morning Anambra Monday episode. And if you want to make a contribution, our lines are open now. You use the numbers on your screen and then call in and make a contribution. Yeah, Chairman, the Vice President said that his presence in Anambra or in the clinic is to look at the problems that people are facing, people in small businesses are facing. One of which is assessing license and assessing loans. And then he said that to get license or whatever it's called, that usually take days, that it's going to happen in 48 hours.
Yeah.
And then loans that take months will happen in a short while, like 2 months, 3 months, you have assessed a loan, for your business. Do you see that coming or just a political promise?
I don't think it's a political statement because the end thing today is all about the ease of doing business. Nigeria wants to be a major player in that sector. Currently, we are not being well rated. we're supposed to be better where we are, and we keep on improving from day to day. Like I said, 11 critical federal government agencies that are reshaping the future of people in micro, small enterprises came. One of them is the CAC, Corporate Affairs Commission. Okay, Corporate Affairs Commission. So if our people that are operating from micro want to evolve to small and medium enterprises, they need to upgrade, they need to get registered. And of course, some of the costs associated with registering are huge. For this sector, they've been giving some reductions. And it's also interesting to know that in that clinic, people registered companies sent there and collected the certificate. Yes.
This is good.
And one of the take home, the beauty of that clinic was found that the Vice President has made it clear that Anambra State can set up a one-stop shop for shared facilities where all those critical agencies that are responsible for micro, small, and medium enterprises can be housed. Think of an office of this nature where you have corporate affairs here, a table, where you have SUN, Standard Organization, where you have NAFDAC, where you have Bank of Industry. You have all of them under one roof. And somebody walked into ASBA and said, what do you want? Okay, you have not registered. This is not correct. Move in. There's a lady sitting down there. You'll be able to sort your problem.
24 hours.
And you see
Done.
that coming very soon.
It's coming because we're going to do that. 1 or 2 states have already keyed into that. So we're going to do that very fast.
This is good.
Governor has mandated that because the issue is when you are managing small businesses, it's all about reducing your cost profile. The cost of going to Abuja, staying in a hotel 2 weeks or 1 day to get it done increases the cost profile of your production,
yes,
or your activities. And then the end users will now resist it if the price is too high.
One of the new things the governor injected into the administration this second term is the creative economy. Do you want to utilize this opportunity to really expand on that as well?
Yes, I will, because governor created youth entrepreneurship and creative economy. He went further to set up youth empowerment and creative forum. Council.
Council, yes.
I am a member of that council.
I know.
What that council is all about is that articulate specific programs for the youths. That if you want to be a musician, that is a window. In fact, it's going to set up a department under this youth empowerment ministry to be responsible for creative people in Nollywood, creative people in music, among others. What happened is that it's no longer business as usual. You must be working in ABS or bank or whatever to make money. Look at the flavor of this world. Is he a professor? But if you invite him, you're going to spend millions for him to handle mic that you guys are handling here. So what we're trying to say is that it's very, very good.
So are you saying the clinic is going to be useful for this part of the economy?
Creative industry.
It's very useful because our business cuts across services, budding entrepreneurs, everything that you can do that is legitimate to put food on the table. ASBA funds you.
Okay, there's this problem that is very, very nagging. I know that some people, when you open a new industrial company, production-wise, that it takes months, sometimes years, for you to start making profit from whatever you're producing. Why? Because of tax. Did you look at that? How to give them tax, free? I mean, make some products tax-free for a number of months or years before they start paying tax.
I don't think that there are a whole gamut of things that comes in taking a decision what to produce. That somebody is not making profit does not mean that it's a tax issue. It's a decision issue. It's a mindset issue. It's all about having a solid business plan. Let me give you an instance. If you see somebody that sets up a production here in Oka, 95% of raw material are imported, it's going to be out of business right now. Foreigner to get $1, it's over 300 and something naira. Think of things that you can produce in Nigeria that the raw materials are here. You don't have a problem. So you can make a lot of profit. Tax comes into play because eventually for you to get registered or for you to even pay tax, it's graduated. When you are starting off, the tax authority don't start charging you tax. You must operate 1 year now. You must have your pre-operational. But the key thing we keep telling in the Anambra is that before you move into any business, do your business studies very well. Think of things that you can have the quantum of the raw material domiciled in our country. That will help you. You can control your costs. I tell you what, even if you borrow abroad, at the rate time when the exchange rate is 300 naira, at the point of crystallization for you to pay back, the exchange rate might hover up to 500 naira. And so that becomes a problem.
And that's not a good business.
So there are so many things we do. We must specialize where we have comparative advantage.
Thank you.
All the agrarian products are good. So you move to India, there are so much
to talk about.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much to talk about, and that's why maybe sometime in future we're going to bring you back, Chairman ASBA,
Managing Director,
Chief Executive of ASBA. We're going to bring you back. I'm talking of Clement, Chief Clement Chukwuka. We'll bring you back to expand more on this because there's so much to talk about.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming today.
Thank you.
Okay.